Students as Researchers is a project designed to foster rich discussions about learning and being a learner in a Catholic school. We seek to enable student voice to be heard when teachers are planning learning experiences so that students can be fully engaged in learning and outcomes can be improved through tailoring the learning to the needs of the student. The Catholic Education Office is developing resources to support curriculum renewal in a Catholic school, which incorporates 9 design elements to support schools in developing a holistic curriculum. Student voice is addressed through learning narratives, pedagogy, inclusivity.
What recommendation can we give to the teachers?
That there are fun activities and tasks. I understand and stay on task when I enjoy
And what's
my
your
work.
recommendation?
Teachers should make sure the tasks are fun and enjoyable.
What did you see that you agreed with?
I saw a sticky note that said literacy was always good.
I disagree with a sticky note that said strict the rules, because the rules help us be gooder and not be naughty.
I disagreed with the note that said when you're working with your friends, they let you down. But I think when you're working with your friends, they can sometimes help you.
Okay, so what are your recommendations?
Well, 4 teachers at Sacred Heart are very approachable. Our recommendations were that they express themselves more, so we feel like it's actually them, not get like strict and don't express their personality, so we can approach them better if they do that.
And students like a variety of environments to work in, so if they're sitting inside too long, then it can make them feel uncomfortable and lose their concentration.
A lot of people didn't like that, so maybe you could just stick to a few classrooms and learning spaces when you start the school, so then when you get older you can get introduced to more.
We understand best when the instructions are broken down into little bits. We can inform the teachers to explain things and then that would help us to be more confident, so we could ask the teachers questions without like feeling the stress and all that.
Harder work should stay because it's better learning and challenging.
I learn best by concentrating and listening, because we have more knowledge and we also have a brighter future.
When the work is fun, I learn better. When the work is boring, we do it just to complete it, but not learning anything. Make sure the work is fun and that we can enjoy our work.
Students as researchers should lead to rich discussions about learning and being a learner, which could benefit teachers, students and leaders in schools. Classroom teachers can use the information and advice from their students when designing learning, organising classrooms and learning groups, and assisting their students when setting learning goals. I wonder what the teachers think of all of this.
I think this is a very good process for these children to experience, because this is how things are done outside of school. How we take a look at something that might be working really well or might be working really badly, and that's how we change things, by having a discussion about how to fix them.
I think most of the things that are happening are good, but there's a few things that we need to put some extra work into. And it's good because it gives the teachers something, gives them a learning goal. It gives them something to work towards.
Students can benefit from the established sense of ownership and responsibility for their learning, leading to greater engagement and improved learning outcomes. Leaders can also benefit from the greater understanding of student learning needs, which the process provides when they are designing whole school curriculum, learning spaces, and resource provisioning. Through designing and providing simple tools, facilitating sessions in a variety of schools, and collecting and synthesising the data from those participant schools, we believe this process could not only provide information for the system, but should also lead to rich discussions about learning and being a learner in schools. If schools adopt and continue the Students as Researchers process, and if students believe their voice is being listened to, engagement in learning and improved learning outcomes should result. Last year when I was asking a teacher to sign my work, all they did was sign it. But this year, they pay attention, telling me the mistakes that I made.
Teachers should be nice to the students.
Students should listen so that they can learn.
Everyone agree with that? Yeah. Okay, well, who do you think you need to make a recommendation to? What might you... Yep.
Teachers, because the topic is about
Okay, so what might you say? There is an expectation that all students will be listened to and their contributions will be valued.
Okay, and what does that mean for your understanding?
So I reckon the sub-theme would be like teachers, how they're explaining things if they talk, like how long they talk for.
The good thing about learning is that school the teachers are really friendly.
Fun tasks. Which one?
This one.
Fun tasks.
This is mine too.
I picked this one.
Students have also responded positively to the process and the role they could play in shaping and influencing how they learn and work at school.
I hope the work that we've all put in this has value.
I hope other people get to do it.
Because it was very fun.
They're not just listening to what we're saying, they're actually taking it in and they can go back over it if it's written down.
So that like all the teachers and the students know like what's similar about what their opinions are and stuff like that.
The sense of optimism displayed by the students that their voices would be listened to and the engagement of the participating teachers in the process should ensure that the advice given by the students will be listened to and used by the teachers for planning and delivering learning for their students. When making changes, a students' as researchers session could also gauge how well received and successful that change has been and may encourage more flexibility in program delivery. I learn best by listening to the teacher.